Hey guys, it's a long time since I've posted a video. Life's been very busy, but it doesn't mean that I'm not there. So, we've been having a lot of really tough stuff coming into the clinic lately that even pushes me out of my comfort zone. But if I can't be there for someone, I'm not helping them. So, a lot of trauma, abuse, just really tough stuff going on in people's lives and in the background of their lives. And we got to go there because it all links into everything that's going on with their health. Seeing a lot of gastro problems, autoimmune conditions, Lyme's, which seems to be the newest and latest thing that's affecting our younger generation as well as people our age. And I know it's tough for people to sometimes connect on a level. They come in and they see me as either too old to understand or too young to understand, fit and healthy and getting on and doing my triathlon stuff and seemingly calm and not a care in the world. Life is good. And it's important sometimes for people to know that I get it. I really do get it because I've been there. I don't dwell in it, and I don't want to make the past everything that I am about my now. But I guess sometimes it's important to maybe share a little bit sometimes, because then people will ask, well, how did you get where you are now? And I'm not saying that I have it nailed. Every day is a challenge. I'm a highly sensitive person. I feel a lot from the world. I feel people's emotions and symptoms, and the changes that are going on in our world are pretty intense. But I do get it when you're stuck and lost and finding it hard to see a way through. So people sometimes say, how did you do it? How did you get where you are? And because I don't dwell in it, I don't always know what to say. And I was thinking about it a little bit this morning. I was doing a session on my bike. Inside I have one TV with the Zwift going and the other TV with motivational talks. Today it was TED Talks. Sometimes it's YouTube compilations with music and positive words. And I was thinking to myself, because I'm working with eating disorders quite a bit lately, that is all I did for a while. I just listened and read and journaled and started to fill my life with more positive thoughts. And I really had to brainwash those positive thoughts in, because the thoughts in my mind were not positive. There was a lot of self-hate, there was a lot of anxiety, there was a lot of fear, there was a lot of being stuck, there was a lot of being lost, there was a lot of I can't, I should have, I have to. But I didn't believe I could. But I knew deep down there's some driving force telling you that you don't want to be here and you're going to have to do everything to get out of it. And where was there? Well, I suppose we all sink to various lows at various points in our life. I've struggled with an eating disorder in my past, and I count myself as what's one of the very rare few lucky fortunate ones, because I've cured it. It's gone, and I'm not going to label it a disease, because it's not. It's a symptom of a coping strategy. And I think there's a big danger in how we can label an eating disorder as a disease, because then diseases don't have cures, do they? And I fully believe that something like this it can be solved. So low points have been, when my marriage fell apart and I was a shadow of myself. I had a lot of anxiety. I was suffering with chronic fatigue, which isn't really a disease either. It's a lot of things, and a lot of things for me were gastro problems. I was getting migraines. I couldn't walk around the block. My energy was so low. Neutropenia. They were checking me for leukemia. My white blood cells were on the floor. Dizziness, food intolerances, high mercury, chemical sensitivity, you kind of name it. It's all a big mess. And that's generally what walks in my door. But people, when they see me, they're like, well, how's she going to understand what my tiredness is? Because it's not really a tiredness. It's a never-ending not having energy more than being tired, if this makes sense. You can't sleep, and if you do sleep, you're still tired, and it's just no end to it. But yeah, I was there, and I often kind of said to myself, I'd love to do a triathlon one day, but never even believed I could or had the motivation or the drive or energy to even get myself doing anything. So, how did I change all that? I just kept setting myself goals to be somewhere else, um, knowing that if you're not happy where you are, it's going to mirror in your emotions, your behavior, your motivation, your health. It's all going to be a mess. So all these things, anxiety especially, tell you, I don't want to be here. So if you don't want to be here, you got to figure out, well, where do I want to be? So I used to sit down and write goals. Where do I want to be? Set myself challenges and continually worked towards those. And in the middle of that, just listen to everything I could that was positive. Worked on my mind, observed things, learned about myself, and just very, very small steps pushed forward. And those smaller steps became bigger steps, and those bigger steps became progress. But I was the one accountable to me. For a while, we scramble around and we want other people to solve it. We want other people to fix our problems. We think that we can go in and talk to somebody and it's all going to magically be okay. It requires a lot of hard work, which means you have to want to go where you want to go. So if someone comes in my room and wants to lose weight, I don't have a magic wand. I can tell you how to eat. I can give you the tools and the resources, but ultimately you have to want to be there. With every part of you, it has to really mean something. And it's not about looking hot for most of us. It's about feeling good. It's about being comfortable in our bodies. It's about having a body that's fit and healthy and will function optimally. It's about wanting to be there for your grandkids. It's about wanting to be there for your wife or your husband or your partner. But ultimately, it has to be something that you want to do for you. It has to really, really mean something. The same with, exercise. It's not meant to be punishment. You're not meant to go to the gym and have to do this and, put it on social media that you did XYZ. It has to really have meaning. And, I've been through lots of different sports in my life. And for a lot of times, because of the person I was, I did what I thought I should do. And now I do what I love. And I don't have to motivate myself. 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10, I'm doing it because I love it. And there might be 1 or 2 times because I've set goals, to race and to progress myself personally, to challenge myself, because I see that every challenge that I overcome means that I have more self-belief, which means I can face a bigger one. So that 0.1 time or that 1 time I don't want to do it, I have to go, well, this is your why and this is your goal and you want to achieve it, so suck it up and do it. And if you really don't want to do it, then you're going to have to really evaluate everything and go back to the drawing board, because you shouldn't be making yourself do something that you don't love. And you should be doing it because you love it. And the real, true, deep down in your heart reason should be for yourself. It's not about proving yourself to other people. It's not about the shallow things, the ego things. It has to really, really mean something deep, deep down inside. So, being very clear in your goal setting is very important. And then we work on our visualizations. So we all have different challenges when it comes to the things that we want to achieve. So we have to put ourselves in that place of achieving it. And then that creates the willpower, the determination, the self. I lost my state of flow at that. My phone seemed to have cut it all off. But I just want to say how important it is to put those big goals ahead of yourself and then little goals and keep working towards those. To develop a team of support, positive people, not ones that are going to do it for you or tell you how to do it or make you do it their way. You have a way inside of you that is your way, and it's up to you to find that. And in the finding of that, you learn so many things about yourself. So this is what I try and encourage people to find, the truth and the wisdom that they're holding within about the journey. And I do believe, in a way that's quite hard to conceptualize, that where we are is there's lessons to be learned in this. No matter how far down we are with our health challenges, there is something beneficial to come out the other side, and it's up to us to find that and to follow our path with it. Not everybody is ready to heal. Not everyone is ready to make better choices for themselves. And if you find that you're continually stuck or your thoughts are in that negative place, you have to ask yourself, well, why am I still stuck here? What part of me isn't ready to move forward, or is it just fears, or am I ready to do this but just not believing in myself quite enough? And how do you find that self-belief? I haven't got it for you. You have to find it. You have to find it through the little steps. So every time you achieve something that you didn't think you believe in, you will have then the confidence to keep going. So initially, there's no proof. It's blind faith. But with time, it gets easier. Um, Build a support team of people that you trust. Surround yourself with positive people. Listen to positive podcasts, people, experts talking in your area. Learn from them. But mostly, they could be talking about any random crap. As long as it's got that, I feel good. I feel like I can take on the day. I feel positive about myself. I've shifted my thoughts back to what really, really matters here. Even just feeling energized by listening to the right music gives you the drive to then go on and do things. Writing yourself little goals for the week, for the day, doing other things that help bring that motivation into the things that really challenge you. So for some, they might be exceptional at business. Apply that to healing your mind and your body or achieving in sport. Or some might be exceptional at sport, but crap at business. Generally, you tend to see that people thrive in all areas, but we all have weaknesses. So you have to take where you're strong and apply what worked for you there into where you're weak, which is why, people laugh at someone who decides to go and run a marathon or do a big endurance event or do these challenges that not everyone gets, especially if your family isn't sporting. But the skills that you learn there, the self-belief, the respect for your body and what it's doing, this all translates back into your life. If creativity does this and art, do it and bring it back into your life. But don't forget the skills that you have in other areas can be pulled across into the areas that you feel weak in and that you may not have the confidence. Building bridges with your family. We have these thoughts and perceptions and stories going on in our minds. So shuffling through those often is something that helps physical healing. When you're ready, they seem to go hand in hand. But yeah, just know that I do get it. I'm not in your shoes, but often I can feel what it's like to be in your shoes. And I'm not just sitting there like your teacher trying to tell you what to do. I'm really trying to work with you and connect with you and make it all easier for you. So, so just me letting you know I'm here and I'll support you in whatever way with whatever skills I have from all the areas that I work in, be it health, be it medical, be it nutritional, be it spiritual, emotional, or when it comes to your sport. I'll pull it all in for whatever way that helps. But ultimately, believe in you. You're the one who has all the answers in this. You're the one that has a wisdom. You're the one who knows your journey more than anybody else. And I'll just keep kicking you along, pushing you, nudging you, giving you the odd hug when you need it. But don't ever feel that you haven't got it within to rise above the challenges that you're going through. Just keep yourself focused on where you want to be. Even though you can't see any evidence that things are going to change, it's your belief in where you want to be. You're visualizing and focusing on where you want to be. It meaning something deep, deep down in your heart. That's what pulls you through. Trust me, I've done it. Big hugs.